covering Guyana from coast to coast.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio. Kaieteur Radio, keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Good morning to you and welcome to your main newscast for today, Sunday, June 5th, 2022. My name is Joshua Van Slyke. I'm reading news at this time. Without further ado, let's get to the news in details. The United Kingdom recently slapped its oil companies with one-off windfall tax of 25% on oil companies operating in that jurisdiction, in order to also partake in the sweeping profits being had by the operators as a result of the escalating oil price on the world market due in large part of the war being waged between Russia and Ukraine. As such, the US is looking to follow suit, having already hiked its royalty payable by oil companies there to above 18.75% in December last. Democratic Congressman for the state of California in the USA, Adam Skilf, on Tuesday last announced a new legislation to lower gas prices and to bring immediate relief to Americans struggling to pay the out-of-control prices at the pump by instituting a suspension on the federal gas tax. Meanwhile, politicians in Guyana call any increase, quote-unquote, a breach of contract. Moving on, the extreme low impurities make this bauxite stand out in the class of its tongue. It is how an American company, First Bauxite LLC, FBX, described its bauxite find in Guyana on its website. The company announced that the find represents the highest quality mega bauxite find at its Bonsica mining project located on the right bank of the Essequibo River, Region 3, just 10 miles above Parika on the east bank of Essequibo. FBX, via its 100% owned subsidiary, Guyana Industrial Minerals Incorporated, has been in the country since 2008, exploring lands here for bauxite, and hit the jackpot at its Bonsica concession, which spans an area of approximately 18,940 acres of land. Former Deputy Comptroller of the State of New York and currently the Director of Financial Analysis at the Institute of Energy Economics and Financial Analysis, Tom Zanzillo, 2 weeks ago concluded that each Guyanese presently owes ESO $9 million each. He said the assessment was based on the figures publicly available, which points to the oil giant and their partners, Hess Corporation Guyana Incorporated and China National Offshore Oil Company, which is in excess of $30 billion. According to Sanzillo, since all of the investments funded by loans contracted by ESSO and its partners are to be repaid using coarse oil, which essentially means that the approximately 750,000 persons living in Guyana owes some $44,000 or $9 million Guyana dollar each. The conclusion did not go down well with the country's Vice President Barrett Jagdeo, however, who last week Monday sought to chastised the analysis by Sanzillo as lunacy and insisted that the only debts the country was responsible for was those contracted on guaranteed by the state. Get the full breakdown in today's Kaieteur News. Today, Guyana joins the world in observance of World Environmental Day under the theme Only One Earth, which is a simple statement of fact according to United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. The observation this year is being held against the backdrop of a likely failure on the part of the developed world to meet its global commitments with regards to the reduction of carbon emissions. According to Secretary General Guterres, there is a 50-50 chance that annual average global temperatures will breach the Paris Agreement limit of 1.5 degrees Celsius in the next 5 years. With this in mind, he laid out a 5-point plan of actions aimed at meeting the challenges head-on with specific focus on renewable energy. According to Guterres, close to half of humanity is already in climate danger zone and are 15 times more likely to die from climate impacts such as extreme heat, floods, and drought. In a sparsely populated country which remains mostly uneducated in matters pertaining to oil and gas industry, the people of Guyana has been burdened and more so unable to combat the onslaught of the rapid oil and gas developments currently taking place. This is the view of a group of environmentalists who recently highlighted their concerns in a letter to the board of directors of the U.S. oil major ExxonMobil. The letter was sent to the oil company's chief executive officer, Darren Woods, as well as Exxon's local affiliates, Hess and China National Offshore Oil Corp., the activists, including Alicia Trotz, Isabella De Caries, Joylyn Dow, Elizabeth Dean Hughes, Arthur Timjin, Michael Adams, Charmin Narain, Pamela Fraser, and Hollis France. All agreed that the oil operations have had serious consequences on the environment and its multi-ethnic people as the activities continue to take place in disregard for the legal regulations of Guyana. You're listening to your main newscast on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM, finally at this time. The United Nations and Intergovernmental Organization has urged Guyana to fully prepare for an oil spill disaster, as the risk of such an event can never be narrowed down to zero. The UN resident coordinator to Guyana, Yasmin Urku, reminded that Earth is being shared and therefore each person has a responsibility to stand up for it, nourish, restore and protect its systems and natural resources. It is in this light that she referenced Guyana's offshore oil and gas operations. According to the UN coordinator, with drilling operations expanding off Guyana's coast, it's going to be absolutely vital that oil companies and national authorities are fully prepared to respond quickly and effectively to any kind of spill. More importantly, the resident coordinator explained that the recent spill in Peru demonstrates that we can never reduce risk to zero. It was also noted that while the 2020 launch of Guyana's National Oil Spill Contingency Plan is a welcome development, it remains critical for continued and close collaboration between operators, insurers, and national emergency responders to ensure readiness for a worst-case scenario off Guyana's coast. And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast for today, Sunday, June 5th, 2022. My name is Josh Van Sleckman. Have a great remainder of your Sunday morning.